This is the Fit Femmes movement. Have you felt overwhelmed with your fitness journey and feel like you just want to give up? Are you a busy female professional or entrepreneur looking for weight loss and self-care solutions that you can squeeze into your hectic schedule? Then you're in the right place. Let's get inspired to make fitness and healthy living improve rather than consume your life. Together, we'll take major strides towards a happier, healthier, even wealthier you. I'm Julia Hickman, your host and coach. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Fit Femmes movement. If you are just listening to me for the first time, I'm Julia, and I'm the creator of the Fit Femmes movement podcast. I'm a fitness professional for many years and just recently started getting into business operations. So you probably heard me talk about this in past episodes. I won't go into it that deep today, but I did want to bring a special guest today. We have Dr. Matt Crystal with us, and he's going to be talking to us about dental health, and we're going to be talking about beyond the braces. So going beyond the braces and the importance of taking care of your teeth, the importance of braces or aligners for your dental health. And I've actually been working with Matt for the past several months to improve my own teeth. I'm not wearing my aligners, oops. But I've been getting some pretty good results straightening my teeth that, I've been dealing with this since I was a kid. I was one of those kids that, my baby teeth weren't coming out, and I had my grown-up teeth coming out. So I had this bit of gapping in my bottom teeth. And I just kind of kept putting it off. I'm like, oh yeah, no one can tell, no one can tell the issue. It's only me that sees it. But really, I was like, yeah, I don't want to deal with the commitment of having to either do braces or aligners. So Dr. Crystal, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little bit about, how you got into what you were doing and where your office is, because we have listeners from all over the country, from a couple different countries too, but a lot of our listeners are actually local. So yeah, tell us a little bit about you.
Great. So I'm a general dentist. My practice is located in Madison, New Jersey. We're right in pretty much north central New Jersey. I focus solely on general dentistry, and within that, mostly cosmetic and restorative dentistry, including veneers and crowns, bridges, fillings. And then, of course, we do some clear aligners, a fair bit of clear aligners to straighten people's teeth. So I've been in this office for almost 2 years now. I was an associate a few miles away for 5 years prior to starting my own practice. I got into dentistry really by chance. I always liked working with my hands. I liked engineering, building, doing construction and things like that. And then I realized I hated being an engineer. I didn't like the courses and switched over towards a medical field. And I really thought dentistry appealed to me. It gave me all those aspects while still being able to work with people, work with my hands. And it really allows me to be my own boss, do my own thing, while still being able to create something structurally sound, something attractive, something healthy. So that's the synopsis of how I got into it. But it's been a real fun journey. It's been nice focusing on specific parts within dentistry, because there's a lot a general dentist can do. Bloodier things, surgeries, root canals, and I'm able to keep it to a real positive environment for my patients, a clean environment, really correcting their health and creating attractive and functional smiles.
Yes, attractive and functional. And I think functional is the key here because, like I mentioned a little bit, I feel like, especially as a grown-up, maybe for kids, a lot of parents will go, they'll go ahead and do the braces or even aligners, knowing that the procedure will eventually help their kids have, better teeth and prevent further issues. But I feel like when you're a grown up already, you're like, oh, well, I got to this point, oh, do I want to, I'll just live with it, just whatever, it's fine. And that's kind of how I was. But then I realized, you know what, it's actually getting harder for me to really clean my teeth every time I'm going in for my 6-month cleanings. They're like, yeah, this is not good. And I would just be like, all right, next time we'll talk about this. And I kept putting it off. And then finally I was like, you know what, just like I always tell, when I was still doing my online fitness coaching, I would tell my clients, like, you have to make yourself a priority. You have to make your like special needs and your self-care a priority. I was like, hey, you know what? My teeth it needs to be a priority. So I need to do something soon. So tell us a little bit about what you see when people come in and maybe they think it's one issue, but then there's like all these other issues. Like with myself, it's like, oh yeah, it's just, there's the top tooth here that's out of, that's a little crooked, and down here there's crookedness. But then you're like, oh no, look at your smile. Like there's, so tell us a little bit about what you usually see besides just the aesthetics.
Yeah. Almost everyone comes in initially with an aesthetic complaint. There's crowding on my lower teeth. This tooth's starting to overlap. I'm noticing a space open up. That's almost always the initiation of the conversation. What you see once we do the workups and the records, and everything is done digitally, so it's on a computer or on the TV screen, and we could show it to the patients. That's when we really can start to pick apart things and show the patient what their perception is and what our perception is. The aesthetics are a great benefit of this. Getting your teeth nice and straight, a nice, even, uniform, symmetric smile is a wonderful thing. But you're used to your teeth. You've had them your entire life. You're comfortable with them. You don't notice there's a problem unless something's hurting. And so when you see that the teeth don't meet, or you're only biting on a few teeth, or that there's too much of an overbite or an overjet in the positioning of the teeth, it affects how you eat. You might not realize you don't bite into an apple the way somebody with a proper dentition would, or bite into a sandwich, or even just chew something harder or softer. People don't understand that it's different for them than it is for other people. And when we have the digital records, you could see where the teeth meet up or don't meet up. You could see the different wear facets better, see which teeth are getting too much pressure or too little pressure, and be able to really understand the benefits of the proper alignment of teeth. With any sort of braces, and for me specifically clear aligners, the goal is ultimately to have a nice smile and to have a functional smile. So when the teeth are straight, when they're even, when your bite is even, you're just overall better oral health. You could chew food better. You put even pressure across the teeth the way they're designed. You can clean them better. There's not overlaps. There's not gaps you can't get into, or gaps where food's getting stuck. Tartar builds up. So there's a lot more to it than just saying, hey, I want to straighten my lower teeth, or there's a space between my upper two teeth. Once you really get into it, you can see the benefits and experience the benefits of having the teeth shift into a proper position. Most patients we see, it's amazing their sort of feeling towards their mouth beginning and end. They're happy that they're straighter, but they're like, I could chew food better. I feel better. My teeth feel cleaner. And I could floss my teeth now where I used to not be able to floss certain teeth. And so that's really been a nice thing that honestly you hear about when you learn these skills, but when you actually start to see them in a patient and get their reports back, it's a wonderful service I'm offering.
Yes, absolutely. And I can definitely attest to like the I don't know if I would say like it's like this good sense that you get when you feel like you're actually cleaning your teeth well, because my bottom teeth are so crooked that it would be so hard to get a good floss. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can actually floss those teeth now. And it's like this great feeling of satisfaction, like weird feeling of satisfaction of just being able to clean your teeth properly.
Certainly. And that's, it's a big, outside of just the feeling of clean, there's a health to it. When our teeth are crowded, the roots tend to be closer together. There's less bone between the teeth, and things that a patient will never be able to see or perceive, we're able to see with follow-up x-rays over time. We get the roots into the right position. So now there's proper bony support for the teeth. There's less chance of gum disease from having food or tartar buildup in between. And when teeth are crowded and the roots are close and there's some buildup there, that bone recedes much quicker. So it's a healthier architecture of the mouth, architecture of the bone to have the teeth in the right position.
Yeah, I did not even realize that. I just learned something new. So that's another benefit of doing this. And it is a commitment. It is a time and, financial commitment, but at the end, it's like anything that you do to improve, like any kind of
course
improvement that you do, right? There's the time, the money commitment, but then at the end, it's so worth it. Anything else that you want to share with us about, just aligners, anything you would say to somebody who's maybe considering the procedure?
Absolutely. And you did a good segue. I mean, it is a commitment. The reason children you still see with traditional metal braces, the bands and brackets, are still being used on kids is because it's a commitment. And as we all know, teenagers aren't the best at wearing things. So Invisalign, other clear aligners are used for kids and can be used for kids. But the problem is they could take them out. They could throw them out. They could leave them at the game or on the bus and things like that. So it's the same for adults. You have to be committed to do this. You have to be ready to do this. You have to understand it's going to be affecting your sort of daily routines. It's not a big hiccup. It's not a huge change to your daily life, but it is a change and you have to be willing to do it because the teeth aren't going to shift if your trays are sitting in their case on the bathroom counter. So I always tell all my patients, you come to me when you're ready to do this. I'm not going to tell you you need to do this. We need to start now because it's just not going to be successful. The trays, you wear them pretty much full time. You take them out to eat and drink anything other than water. You're wearing them to bed. You're taking them out, when you have your lunch and you brush your teeth and rinse out and pop them back in right after. So it's certainly a commitment to wearing them. It's a time commitment. Most treatments range anywhere from 3 months to about a year and a half. And then there's the financial concern. No dentistry is really cheap. It's several $1,000s to do a case. But that being said, it's probably one of the biggest bangs for your buck in dentistry. A lot of people come in and say, I want veneers, my teeth are crooked. Yeah. So, well, you could do this for 3 months and do it for the price of 3 veneers instead of 10, and your teeth will be straight, they'll be healthier, and you'll be much happier with the overall look of your smile just from doing some simple aligners for a few months and getting everything where they should be or where you want them to be. One additional benefit I didn't mention that a lot of people won't realize as well is how important teeth play a role in your facial structure. Our jaws, our teeth, they support our cheeks, they support our lips. And by bringing the teeth out, creating broader smiles, you'll get a fuller lip. You'll get a much more natural smile, much more even smile, even dimples. So it makes a big difference, not just in sort of what people see in your mouth, but outside of the mouth.
Yeah, that's actually very interesting. I think you mentioned to me when we had our consult about like the Jay Leno chin,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Wonderful. So you're a parent, you have 2 little kids, and I'm sure you have a lot of patients who comes to see you who have families. So do you have any like tips that you would give a family just to have like an overall good dental routine going on in the house? Sometimes little kids don't want to brush their teeth or, it's hard to like get flossing down. So just any tips for the family?
I had to pin my daughter to the ground and brush her teeth for about a year to get her to do it. It's tough with children. They don't like it. It's good to try to make things a game, get them, let them pick out a toothpaste with their favorite cartoon, their favorite character on it, find a flavor they like, spend the time with them at the store or online trying to find something that'll make it a little more pleasurable or enjoyable for them. Really important too to get kids toothbrushes for kids. They have small mouths, small tongues. A lot of children have gag reflexes, so it's not comfortable for them with a bigger toothbrush. And their mouths are much more sensitive than ours. I mean, babies chew on things a lot because that's their primary nervous center. They can explore the world with their mouths. They don't see as well. They don't feel as well. So when you're doing something in their mouth with like a toothbrush, it's a lot more sensitive. They feel a lot more stimulation than an adult would. So it's really important to take it easy. You're not going to be brushing their teeth very hard or very, aggressively, because it's going to be a lot more, I don't want to say painful, but a lot more sensitizing to them. Great to bring them in with the parent to dental visits. I always tell my parents when they have little children, 1, 2 years old, bring them with you for your cleaning. Let them sit on the chair. They'll watch TV. They'll watch their favorite show. Maybe they'll get them to go on a ride on the chair, do some little stuff, get a prize, get a little goodie bag, and make it a positive event. Most kids see the doctor as somebody who's going to give them shots.
Yes.
They're not going to get that at the dentist, but they don't understand that. So it's great to have them build up a good, positive relationship, get some trust with where they are. And then eventually we see them, I want to see the mirror. I want to play with, the water jet or do something to spark an interest, and then let us take a look and start, the process of getting their teeth clean. The American Association of Pediatric Dentists says you should take your child to a dentist by the time they're 6 months or their first tooth comes in. And although I agree that they should go in, it's a bit aggressive to try to get a 6-month-old in the chair and actually do some sort of cleaning or exam. So that's why I would say it's great. Bring them along, let them sit there, let them experience it. If they want to, on their own terms, sit on the chair and let me take a look. It's a great way to get a good start to sort of their dental career, make them happy and comfortable and feel safe. The mouth, the head, it's a very personable area to be laying on your back flat, to have somebody with their hands in your mouth and hovering over your face. It's scary. It's scary for adults. So it's really important to make it a positive experience for kids. And the same goes at home. Don't be claustrophobic, brush your teeth as best as you can. You might have to pin them down when they're a little older, but when they're little, just make it positive.
Thank you. These are great tips. Yeah. And I would say, as with anything that we want our kids to do for us, sometimes it helps when we give them choices. So being like, hey, which toothbrush do you want to pick out so that you can use it, to brush your teeth, or which, whatever it is, toothpaste, toothbrush, any little choices that we can give them. Sometimes that's the trick.
I'm certainly an exception, but we have like 6 toothbrushes for each kid and different toothpaste everywhere, and it's all over the place. And so it gives them some autonomy, some independence to be like, I want to use my pink toothbrush and my bubblegum toothpaste tonight. And it's great for them. And they, are willing to do it. They're willing to go to the bathroom and do it somewhat themselves and let us finish it up. But it makes it easier. It develops some better habits. It gives them obviously clean teeth and helps prevent the problems. Make sure you have your kids on a fluoride vitamin, a fluoride supplement. That's a big one that a lot of parents don't know. Most pediatricians will prescribe a multivitamin with fluoride. It's usually a chewable tablet. The fluoride recommendations change by age. So 0 to 3 is 1, 3 to 6, 6 to 16. So it actually goes all the way up to 16. Those are important things to do and to have your child do. Typically, you're going to chew those vitamins at night after you brush your teeth and then go to bed. So any fluoride that stays in the mouth, the powder, it'll be on the teeth, sit on the teeth, and help prevent cavities. Obviously, if the pediatrician didn't prescribe it, you could always speak to your dentist. They're pretty easy child-flavored chewable tablets. They tend to like them, and they're a really good idea to help keep kids from getting cavities, develop strong, healthy teeth.
Awesome. Very good. Well, these were great tips. Dr. Crystal, tell us where people can reach out to you if they have any questions about dental work, or they maybe want to come to your office and become a patient. Where can they go?
Yeah. So our website is drmattcrystal.com. So Matt, M-A-T-T, Crystal, CRYSTAL.com. Our phone number is 973-665-2388. If you go to the website, you have every way to get in touch with us. Instagram, messaging through the website, emails. You can call us. You can text the office number. It'll go right into our system. And that's the easiest way to get in touch with us. We're open 5 days a week. We have late nights, early mornings. So we're pretty accommodating to most schedules. And we see all ages. So we see kids as young as 6 months, and we see people in their hundreds. So it's a great place, easy to get into, easy to have a whole family come all at once and get taken care of all together and not have to jump around different offices, different times.
That is certainly convenient. I'm sure a lot of busy parents could find that very helpful. So Matt, thank you so much for being my guest today. Everybody, thank you so much for listening to us today. And if you like this episode, please share it on the Instagram, take a screenshot, or you can even leave us a review on iTunes. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Fit Femmes movement. I would love to hear your thoughts on the podcast. So please leave us a review. And sharing is caring. If you know someone who may benefit from this episode, please share it with them. We need more women up-leveling to their highest selves with grace, courage, and ease. If you'd like to connect with me more and have access to free live trainings and join a community of hundreds of other amazing women, then join my free Facebook group, The Fit Femmes Tribe.